So Jen, it's not only just information about the suit or the tux, it is all of the fun accessories that go with it, right? So, which can also be rental items. So tell us a little bit about what you have brought for us today.
So we kind of start from the top down. So shirts, we have a few different color of shirt that we can offer with the rentals. So that's a good place to start. Once you decide your suit or tux color, then the shirt kind of comes next. There are essentially two different types of ties. Your traditional bow tie or what's called a Windsor tie, which is long. Those ties come in so many different colors and styles. So it's really wide open. Our solids this year, there are 150 different colors. And what Jim's has done is they've consulted with a lot of the bridal companies and looked at most popular bridesmaid dress colors, and then they have matched the rental ties and vests and things to the popular colors.
That's wonderful.
Sometimes with weddings, what I'll do is if the bridesmaids are wearing a pretty distinctive color, say it's periwinkle or something like that, or like an autumn rust color, a lot of times the bridal stores will have the option to let you buy the ties that match the dresses. So one of the questions I will ask is, number one, what color are the bridesmaid dresses? And if it's a really unique color, rather than try to match it, if they want it to match perfectly, I will send them back to the bridal store to ask about that. We have had a few weddings where that was the case. We had one that was sort of a mauve-ish color. And so we just went ahead and had them get the ties from the bridal store where they got the bridesmaid dresses. But we can, try to match things if we have a piece of fabric. So if you don't have that option and you want to be able to try to match it, I would encourage you to bring in a swatch or an actual dress. Because cell phone photos or even looking it up on a monitor on the computer, sometimes that's not true to what the color is.
Screens show different colors.
Exactly. So anytime we're trying to match, I always say, please bring in the fabric so that we can see, we can hold it up against our swatches here and find the perfect match.
Well, and with 150 colors, there's a variety of
you would imagine
options to choose from. And sometimes a completely different color can really go well in a color palette. So bringing that piece of fabric in or that dress can really show you real-time options. It works
really well, to be able to hold it up against. We have some larger swatches, pieces of fabric in the store too, so we can actually lay it out next to a larger piece of fabric as well. Next is vests. These days, a lot of bridal parties are going with a matching vest to the jacket. So it would be the same fabric as the jacket, and a lot of the suits and tuxes do have a complementary vest that matches that. We do the full back vests for most of the sizes. When you get into the larger sizes, then it'll just be a front with a strap across the back. But it is a full vest. So jackets come off at the wedding reception and they're still looking good. But we do offer, there are quite a few color vest options. So if you wanted to, say you didn't want to do jackets, you just want to do a shirt, tie, and a vest, but you want the vest to be the color, we can do that. Or we can put the pop of color in the vest underneath the jacket as well. So there's a lot of different ways that you can go about doing this. And it's really fun to see that all kind of come together in the pictures when it's all over with. But yeah, there's a lot of different patterns, a lot of different styles, a lot of different colors. So we definitely will help you through that process.
And then, so you have your vest, but then there's a whole nother element to accessories that you can do.
So
like suspenders.
We do offer suspenders. There are a few different options, and some of these things are for purchase, and some of them are rental. The suspenders are for purchase, so you get to keep them when you're done, but they come in a lot of different colors too. And I've seen some like fall outdoor weddings where they might do just a shirt and suspenders and pants, like in say a khaki color or something like that. And so it's kind of fun to put the color in the suspenders, so you could do the tie and the suspenders together. So yeah, I've seen that as well, where they don't necessarily, because it's outdoor, they don't have a real formal look to their wedding.
A more casual vibe to their wedding.
So
I see rustic being very popular for that too.
And the suspenders and dress shirt look is really popular, and it looks really good too when everybody's dressed like that.
And then you have, so say you do a tux or a suit jacket or any jacket, you can also put in some really fun pop of color.
So these are pocket squares, and they would go down in the pocket that's on the jacket. Again, all of the different colors that we can get for the ties and the vests, we can do in the pocket squares as well. Just kind of, especially if you're doing the same color vest as the suit or the jacket, it is kind of nice to throw that little bit of color in something other than just the tie. Obviously there's probably going to be a boutonniere or some kind of flowers, but it's nice also to add that little bit of extra color there, because you're probably not going to find it anywhere else. And pocket squares, there are videos out there that may show you 25 different ways to fold a pocket square. It's kind of fun. It's like origami with fabric.
I love it.
And so you can do all kinds of different ways of making it look, like a rose or just different points, or folded in half, or just your traditional, pocket square like this. But we have done a lot of pocket square folding because it's kind of relaxing and fun, and it's really fun to see all the different ways that you can
stay tuned for an additional tip and trick on pocket square folding.
And then as we make our way down, socks. Colorful socks are another fun way to add color in. Our ultra slim and slim fit pants, and when we do the measurement for the outseam, if say a groom says to me, we're all going to wear these really funky socks, we'll have the outseam be shortened just a little bit, so that when they're walking you can see them, not just when they're sitting. But that's another fun thing that we're seeing a lot of bridal parties do. Socks. They'll add, either they'll all be matching, or they'll have different kind of funky patterns on them or something like that. So that's another fun thing to do. And then
you have shoes.
Shoes, yes. So essentially, we have basically 4 rental options for shoes: the 2 browns and the 2 blacks. We also have a lot of shoes that you can purchase. So the more, fun ones like the glitter shoes or the blue suede, those are kind of fun if you're looking for another pair of dress shoes to have. And who wouldn't want to do glitter?
And
these are new this year.
Kind of comfortable. And the soles are very different.
They are. And I will say that when we've never really had anybody say, "Oh, those shoes they killed my feet." We get really good feedback on the way they fit. Most guys, if they're used to wearing boots or tennis shoes or something, they're not used to wearing those. They dread wearing a dress shoe. But they're really very comfortable. And then these shoes are the new Stacey Adams shoes that just came out this year. These would be a really good purchase if you're gonna look to buy a pair of dress shoes to wear for other things. They're a really kind of modern look, with the different sole on them. So those we do have available for purchase as well.
I always love a good pair of shoes. I think it just makes the ensemble.
It does. And who wants to be walking around in shoes that hurt your feet all day?
Oh no, you don't. So making sure that it goes with, which is maybe a good question because this is an assumption, but a lot of times your shoes may add an entirely different vibe to your tux or your suit, and sometimes they match. So it's really depends on what vibe you're going for, what your look is, because like with this shoe, for instance, you may not have a blue suede vest or a suit. it could be you could have a black, but then your shoe pops or something different like that. So it's not always matchy. It can be, but it can also be something very different too. And
that's kind of the fun thing about it, is that adds a little bit of character and personality to the wedding party. And so it's not just about, looking like a traditional groomsman. It adds a little bit of fun, I think, to it. I mean, you guys have guys stand up there in these sparkly, glittery shoes, and they're going to turn heads.
They're fun. I love them.
They are. Yeah.
Shoes are an awesome element for sure.
And then all of our tuxes and suits do come with what they consider jewelry, which would be, if you have a white shirt, there will be these little buttons that come in there. They all come with cufflinks.
Yeah.
So top to bottom, arm to arm, foot to foot, it's all covered by all of this. So there's not a detail that we don't cover in these rentals.
Yes. Yeah. So you know that you're taken care of when you get a rental and you have all of your stuff.
Yeah.
So perfect.